Hey guys, I am back with another video. Today I'm going to be looking at the top gaming tokens by market capitalization. This list can be found on CoinMarketCap. So let's take a look. The total market cap right now is 18 billion. It's kind of low. It's kind of low for where we're at right now. Of course, gaming in Web3 and crypto is pretty new, but I think that by the next 2 years, we're going to see huge increases in the valuation in a lot of these gaming companies and crypto projects that really capture the consumer and have a great narrative going into the Bitcoin halving and the years following. So in the number one spot, we have Immutable X. Immutable X is 29th largest crypto right now. If you click on it, we'll just do a little chart on it real quick. Immutable is pretty much like where a lot of gaming developers can go to put their games on the blockchain. It's sort of like a intermediary for games to build off of Immutable X in order to get their games into the Web3 space, which is pretty interesting. So they're kind of like a conglomerate, in my opinion, where they can kind of just take a bunch of things and put it together. I think that's probably one of the reasons that it's probably in such a high on the list, first spot in the Web3 gaming space. So that's pretty cool. It looks like on this chart it goes to November 2021, right around the peak. So not a lot of charting for a full cycle, but we did see a high of $8 and it's currently trading at $2. So you're looking at 4x if it can reach the same highs. Go back, we got Multiverse, Sandbox. Sandbox is interesting because it's not really a great game. I'm gonna be honest, I played it a little bit in the bear market and it really was just not very fun. A lot of the game modes that they have you do is they have all these developers and advertisers who put a lot of money into buying space and building an area, and pretty much all they had for players to do is collect items on the ground in order to receive an NFT. And I played a few of those until I completed some of the NFT drops, and a lot of the drops that I got were not very valuable, or the advertisers or sponsors for the maps were just kind of not really that interesting to me. But I can see that some people would really enjoy this type of game, I guess. But the Sandbox is really interesting because it was one of the first Web3 games really to capture in the last bull market and then the last cycle. So it hit a price of 5.6. Let's take a look at its market cap. One thing I think that's really interesting is if you take a look at the market cap of the Sandbox, which, let's see, at a cap it was at 5 billion. Take a look at the Sandbox, and if you take a look at, where's Decentraland? Is Decentraland not on this list? Decentraland should be on this list. But essentially, there it is. They pretty much have similar market caps, which is kind of interesting. So this was 6.7 billion. Sandbox was 5 something. So this is kind of a basis. These were the two that were really strong last bull cycle. Also, Axie Infinity was a little late to the last bull cycle, but they captured a lot of FOMO. Um, let's see, their cap was 8 billion, so they did fairly well, but the bear market really hit them a lot harder than a lot of the other coins. There was just a lot of hype over Axie Infinity. There was a whole like that was kind of the beginning of actually having like different characters and stuff, and they have like a whole different game that's it's interesting. Look up a video on that. It's I thought about getting into it, but I just didn't think that it would be anything worth my time. No hate on people who actually played it, because a lot of the people who played it made a serious amount of money, but going into the bear market, a lot of people lost a lot of money in Axie Infinity. Moving on, I wanted to compare Sandbox and Decentraland to something like Illuvium or Cornucopias. So we know that Decentraland and Sandbox, which were so the Sandbox, Decentraland, and where's the other one? Axie Infinity, all had valuations of over $5 billion. And if you look at them, like if you look at Axie Infinity and you go to all, its market cap before the bull market was $250,000. So this is like 8 times 4, like 36 36x. Like, that's kind of crazy. If you look at Sandbox, go to market cap, all had a market cap of $750 million, and it went to 5 billion. Not as good as Axie, but still you can see somewhat of close to probably 10x. And the other one, Decentraland, click on this, go to all. It looks like it had a little bump right there, but if you take it from like right around here, it was around 1 billion to 6 billion, so maybe about a 6x. But if you take it from before any of the pumps started happening, it was at 100 million. So if you bought it at 100 million, you're looking at a 60x on that. And that's if you're early. That's if you're early, right before any of the hype and any Bitcoin pumps started happening. I think we are currently a little bit in the stage of, if you click on this one, I can kind of show you. I think we're kind of in the phase of it's starting to go up somewhere like around here. Maybe like right here. Bitcoin halving happens. There's a little slight pause, and then I think things start to jump. I think that's the same thing's going to happen this cycle. So if we take all that information and we look at something like Illuvium, which is down in 164th place on the crypto list, we go to market cap all. This peak was really interesting. I think it was kind of towards the later end of the bull market, so it did hit a $1 billion valuation. But Illuvium's one of these games that you should not forget about Illuvium going into the bull market. Illuvium has a lot of great games that they're developing, and I think they're going to be one of the top, if not 10, probably 5 games going into the next market, just because they have so much content in their games. I think it's going to be a really good game. It's also in the Epic Games Launcher, which I think any Web3 game, if it was in the Epic Games Launcher last cycle, I think it probably would have been one of the top 5 games that they were talking about in the crypto space. So if we take a look at its market cap right now, it's sitting at about $280 million, similar to right around where Axie Infinity was. Was that Axie or Decentraland? Or no, I think it was Sandbox. $281 million. That's not even a billion, guys. Where it hit in the last bull cycle was about $1 billion. And it was kind of getting dropped late into the bull cycle, so it didn't really capture a lot of value, or they didn't really have as much progress producing their game. I would assume that they probably released it to capture some profits to invest into the bear market, build this game up really strong, and potentially so like if Illuvium hits like a 10 billion market cap, like you're looking at a 40x. So I think it's definitely on track to do something like a 10x. Of course, this isn't financial advice, but I just want you guys to see that there are a lot of opportunities in the market right now, and if you're looking for them now, you'll be able to ride out a bull market in the future. Just keep that in mind. So we have Illuvium. We scroll down. I'm not really familiar with much of these. If any of you guys are interested in any of these or want me to talk about any of these, please leave a comment down below and I'll check them out. One of the ones that I want to get into is Cornucopias. 456 in the crypto markets right now. Right now it's looking like they have a very small market cap. Their market cap is 62 million. What's really cool about Cornucopias is that they are built on the newest Unreal Engine, and the newest Unreal Engine is ridiculously unreal. I don't know if any of you have played on any the newest Unreal engines, but if you think of Fortnite, which has Unreal Engine, the newest Unreal Engine, but they're not really utilizing incredible graphics in a way like Cornucopias is. They do have their beta out now that you can go and play, and they have this racing game that you can go and try. I'm on mouse and keyboard. It's kind of difficult to play on mouse and keyboard, but it's also difficult to set up a controller through their client. And the other thing that you can do in their beta is they have this whole city that you can go and roam around in. It's giving kind of the same vibes as the Sandbox right now. But it looks a lot better because the only thing that you can really do right now is walk around, run around, jump around, and collect things that are hidden around the map. And then you can go and do the racing game, it's pretty cool. It's pretty exhilarating, I'd say. But something that they also have, if you're interested in investing in something like land or something, Cornucopias is doing something like that, as well as Illuvium. Not financial advice, because a lot of these land plots and a lot of the NFTs, because everyone thinks they're so early, are very expensive. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these coins that are asking for a lot of people's money don't perform very well after 4 years. That being said, the bull market, I think everyone's going to be a part of the bull market, whether you have a good product or a bad product. But I think a lot of these gaming companies and Web3 companies are pushing as fast as they can to try to get as much content as they can and capture as much value and profits as they can going into the bull market. And I think a lot of them might be not very prepared for the following bear market. And that could be concerning, but I don't think it's that much of a concern until at least over a year past the Bitcoin bull market, after the Bitcoin halving. We could take a look at some of these other ones. You can see, like, if you look at Cornucopias, and it's a market cap of like $60 million, which is extremely low. If you think that even gets anywhere close to $1 billion, then you're looking at some serious gains in the future. So just keep that in mind. As well as any of these games, games for a living, NFT worlds, Veracity. Like, I've never heard of so many of these, but I guarantee you there's going to be a few of these that slip through the cracks and just jump up and become a name that everyone's talking about. I think that's pretty much all I have for you guys. If you guys enjoyed the content, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any videos that you want me to talk about in the future. And I'll catch you later.